Hey everyone, I'm TJ.
I'm JP.
And I'm CP, and welcome back to our discussion about E3. Why are you carrying that thing? Welcome back to our E3 2017 discussion. So, this time, as you can probably guess, we're talking about Nintendo. And they actually had... I don't know how to feel about Nintendo's, honestly. It was
my favorite.
Was it?
Yes.
In large part because I actually have a Switch, and so I'm the most invested. Unless the game's going to be on PC, which I'm in a different place with those anyway. I play a lot of indie games and stuff. You guys know that. Yeah. But anyway, pretty pumped about the Nintendo show.
I liked it. I guess, I'll say this much. There was a moment, and you probably can guess what it is, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. There was one moment that made me shriek like a little girl.
I know.
Legitimately.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I thought this one was a fun one.
I'm so hyped for Nintendo for this year in general. We have a lot of great games coming this year. It will already be out by now, but ARMS, I think, looks like one of the most interesting games that they have to offer.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did they show ARMS at their little? They probably showed it during
it was
the treehouse.
There was a tournament there along
they
with
were having a tournament.
Yeah,
because I didn't see a lot of the treehouse event. I just only really saw the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And Reggie said he talked about all the open invitationals that they're doing for those competitive games.
Hey, everybody, come check this stuff out.
Yeah. And the other one that I think is going to be a big hit for Nintendo Switch this year is Splatoon 2, which they also had an open invitational.
Metroid Prime 4 was the one that made me squeal like a little girl, by the way.
Yeah, I think I screamed and yelled a little bit.
I did. I freaked out, dude.
I wished for a little bit more. It was very, very little.
Yeah.
But it was still cool just to know that it's there.
I was sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't have that big of a reaction to it. I was like, oh, cool. Finally, we've been waiting since... When did Metroid Prime 3 come out?
2006?
A while ago.
It was, I think it was one of the launch titles for the Wii, actually.
Yes. We've been waiting a long time for that. Yeah. I was expecting it on the Wii U.
I was surprised that they are doing it at all, because it just I honestly kind of got the impression that they were just sort of done with Metroid. Mm-hmm. Or at least they were trying to take it in a different
but it's such a cool
direction.
property.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I'm saying, I'm
keep
so
trying,
happy
and if
to
you
see
fail
this.
then you just keep going, you know?
Yeah. Well, they also have that cool little, 2D side-scroller. I think it was called Samus Returns.
It's a remake to Samus 2.
It's yes, that's going to be good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I really like the blocking.
That looks cool. Nice mechanic.
It actually looks really good as well, especially for being on a 3DS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was that one, and then there was the Kirby one. That one made me happy.
Oh, the Kirby looks cute.
Yeah, I figured people would be happy about Kirby. I've never really been into him, but it looked nice again.
I mean, I grew up with Kirby, so
the Yoshi game.
Oh, the Yoshi game looks so cute.
I know that you're really into the Yoshi one, but that's the one that, for me, I don't really care too much about it, to be honest with you.
That's right.
I do
looks interesting.
I respect the idea. It looks like it's another one where they took real world objects, recorded them, and turned them into a video game.
It looks
and I'm cool with that. I like that. That's an interesting approach to making games. So I power to you guys for it. I support it and I wish it all the best. I just don't care about it.
I think that I just love the creativity of those. Kirby's Epic Yarn and Yoshi's Woolly World. Both of those, I love the creativity that they had to deal with those. With this one, actually, everything's made out of cardboard. I'm sure that you saw.
Mm-hmm. And it flips the stage around.
It'll be one
on side. That was a cool mechanic.
Also, whenever they do flip the stage around, you can actually see the back and see what they made, what all those props had, what they were made out of.
Yeah, the details were cool.
Yeah.
We also did get a little bit more gameplay. I did see this much of the Treehouse stream stuff. We saw a little bit more of Mario plus Rabbids gameplay. They had a boss fight that they showed with the little DK rabbit. And again, just a lot of depth to that one. So I'm glad they were showing that one off a little bit more. Mario Odyssey looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like it's doing for Mario what Breath of the Wild
Looks like it's
did
gonna be
for
big.
Zelda.
So
Did
I
you
hope it lives up to the way it looks.
Did you see anything of the gameplay?
I did, yeah. I watched that for a while.
I'm happy that Pauline is back.
Yeah, dude. Did you catch
Paulina.
that? Did you catch that? Pauline was in it. Like
She's
she
in
was,
it.
she
I
was-
missed that. Yeah.
Okay, so like you saw the trailer, right?
Yeah.
And like she's singing the little song that very clearly sounds like it's like translated from Japanese lyrics.
Yes.
It at the very end you see like Paul, like you can barely make it out, but it looks like Pauline in the trailer at the very very bottom, like as the camera's panning up, looks like she's the one singing that song.
Well,
So it looks like she's somewhere gonna potentially, if that's actually her, gonna be in the game. So that's
Okay.
cool.
actually, in the gameplay that they showed, with the New Donk City, one of the missions that they allowed you to do for New Donk City is that you had to gather instruments for Mayor Pauline.
So Pauline
Or
is-
Paulina.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Paulina.
No, Pauline is her name.
But in the game, they call her Paulina.
Oh. So okay, so I guess she is in
There's something's
this.
going on there.
So
Alright.
it might be the daughter of Pauline.
It'd be kind of interesting. Like, can you imagine that like lore building in a Mario game? The daughter of Paulina. Paulina. Her name's Paulina.
But it is cool though as well. That if you looked around that stage as well, like New Donk City in general, you could see like the metal platforms from the original Donkey Kong game.
That's cool. That's
like,
a nice detail.
So
Yeah. Or like those 2D sections
yeah,
are kind of cool too.
So there obviously is a lot going on with Mario Odyssey, and in general, I think Nintendo's conference just did a good job of like, you know, grabbing people, playing off nostalgia, kind of giving us what we want.
Yeah, I think it was a good opportunity for them to just say, "Hey, look, you guys were afraid there weren't going to be any games. Here's a whole bunch of games."
Yeah, also
And they're
plus
all
on the
coming,
Switch.
and-
Plus for the Switch, I'm glad that the Switch is having a kind of a good first
Yeah.
year. I was surprised, like, and I should mention this. I know that this was technically at Ubisoft, but it just did kind of make me smile to see like Switch getting mentioned at another conference. You know?
Yeah, the Skyrim crossover is cool
oh yeah,
too.
Other-
The
yeah.
Rabbids thing's cool, but the Skyrim crossover, it's not
Yeah, like
much,
Link-
but you know.
Well, I
it's
mean,
cool.
you know, I'll probably buy it just for that. To be honest with you, like
I
I'm
want-
okay
I
with.
want- to play as
I've already
Link.
played it, but it's
Yeah, but
cool, though.
Link in Skyrim, like it's
It's
just
cool.
it's so stupid and silly.
I'll
that
just
I've
wait for
gotta
the mod.
do it. You know? Okay, fair enough.
and get it before
Wait
it
for
gets
the
taken
mod.
down.
Nothing. It exists
Yeah.
already.
Oh, yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah.
I had thought to look. You're right.
But anyway, there was also one bigger thing. You're not going to care as much about this, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Pokemon's coming to Switch, guys. I'm so excited.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
don't.
knew that was a big deal. That one and Monster Hunter is a big deal too.
Monster Hunter.
Well, Monster
Monster
Hunter-
Hunter's coming to platforms
Switch.
and
But
platforms.
Switch is getting one too.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, alright.
It's
So
coming to PC.
Anyway, but yeah, Pokemon. Go ahead.
So background. Like what was it, like a week before E3? I think it was the Nintendo Direct, right?
Yeah, it's
there was some.
Nintendo-
It was
well,
there was
yeah.
it was a Nintendo Direct-esque thing. I don't know. Nintendo basically showed or said, okay, we're gonna show you a new Pokemon game, and everybody was speculating. Okay, they're working on a Pokemon game, a main series Pokemon game for Switch, which that is a very big deal. There's never been a main series Pokemon game on console. There's only ever been like spin-offs. So, you know, and me and him have been going back and forth on our own time. Like he didn't want it, I did want it. Everybody else wanted it. He's like the only person in the whole world who doesn't. So,
Except for you.
yeah, that one person watching who also didn't want it and is upset about it.
thank you for
Anyway,
being on my side.
So they had announced Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and that upset everybody. And you know, everyone was all disappointed that there wasn't going to be Pokemon on Switch, except for JP. He was all happy. And then they went and they were just literally. It was kind of funny. Like, what's that guy's name? The guy who was on video.
Not Ishihara.
Ishihara, that's his name.
I believe so.
Yeah, Ishihara, that one guy from Game Freak. He literally is just sitting there. He's like, "Didn't work. Oh, fine. Hey, Pokemon's coming to Switch, guys. We don't know when it's coming out. Bye." No logo, nothing. Just and that's enough to blow everybody's mind, and it's hilarious. But like that,
Well,
that made me happy, and that was a big one.
We still don't know if it's gonna be Gen 2 or still gonna be.
But what we do know is that it's going to be a main series game,
Yes.
which means that that's starting the trend. We can now realistically expect games or main series Pokemon games to be on consoles, which is awesome. This is a whole other video of itself. The point is that that's a big drop, and it was a big thing, like a kind of a big thing to add to their conference. That gave it some points for me. Maybe took away some points for you.
No. after thinking about it for a little bit, it was just like,
This is where we're going.
Yeah, so I'm fine with it.
It is what it is, right?
I'll be excited for it when it comes out. I'm just disappointed that we're gonna lose. Like,
just even though you're not really, because it's portable. But again,
I understand.
Discussion for an entire other video,
yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Okay, you win. So yeah, overall, like they did a lot to just kind of reassure people that Switch is doing well, and really just kind of do what people have been asking them to do,
and not too much talking either. Just
yeah,
a little.
I'm really glad for that. Yeah, there were no like puppets this year.
Thank goodness.
And not quite. Well, I did think it was interesting that they kind of just phoned the whole thing in. The whole presentation was just a video.
The same thing, yeah, as Bethesda. But this
and so on the one hand, it's like, okay, cool. They're I think they're known for kind of doing this, kind of downplaying E3. So I guess that's normal. But it'd be cool to see what they would do if they were going to be a little bit more showy and do presentation like Sony.
The other thing is that and the reason why this doesn't lose points for me where Bethesda does is because you kind of know that Nintendo's off just doing their own thing anyway. And they did. They went and they actually they went and actually had like I think that the streams might actually technically be going today, or did that?
Yes,
yeah,
the streams going today.
Like
that does help. That
while we're recording this,
yeah.
not at the time that this video is uploaded, but while we're recording this video, they're still going, and so that's already something that's there. People are already still seeing stuff, and technically that means that they had the biggest E3 presence.
I would love to be on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who wouldn't, man?
Maybe one day. Yeah. But technically that means they have the biggest E3 presence versus Bethesda, who
the smallest.
Their conference itself was like a little bit longer than Nintendo's sort of conference thing before like they opened up the floor for people to hang out. But they didn't show nearly as much, and like even if that was all we were going off of, Nintendo packed more of a punch this time around. They had way more games, and more of those games were interesting and new. So, I guess that brings us to our final score. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, just for the sheer amount of interest that they generated in me. Almost everything that they listed during the presentation I want. Mm-hmm. Even, you guys will be proud, Pokken Tournament.
Oh, you're going to get Pokken?
You're awesome.
All right.
I'm definitely curious, and again, I love the focus on multiplayer and all that kind of stuff. I think it's really important for Switch. But anyway, I'm going to go with the 9 because I'm hyped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to... I liked this conference. I'm giving it an 8, I think. Hold on. I take that back. I'm giving it a 7, I think. I would maybe give it an 8, but the reason I'm not is because there were technically more games at the Ubisoft and the Sony one that I was more excited for. So even though Nintendo had that nice big E3 presence, and even though they had a lot of stuff to get excited for, I still don't think that they're quite the notch above Sony and Ubisoft, but I do think that they're right there with them. So I think that they get a 7 from me.
This whole series of videos is just going to be me copying TJ. But I'm going to have to give it a 9 as well. They just have a whole lot more games that I'm interested in and actually would play for longer periods of time. And that Yoshi game looks so adorable. So obviously, I'm going to give it a little bit more love.
Alright, so there's our thoughts on the Nintendo conference. So now come over for the last video in the series. It's going to be just our overall thoughts on E3 itself, games we're looking forward to, our biggest takeaways, just how we feel about it overall this year in general, who we each think won. So go ahead and follow us to the next video, and until then,
I'm TJ,
I'm JP,
and I'm CP, and we'll see you next time
on our realm.